Welcome to Save U.S. Taxes Legally. We're going to start off with three simple questions. I'm going to give you a history and then show you some exact of myself and then also some of my clients. So let's get started. Number one, do you want to leave a legacy for future generations? Question number two, do you want to save taxes year after year, generation after generation? And question number three, do you want to learn the secret of the rich? Imagine saving 4, 5, 6 figures in taxes every single year. You can use this money to put back into your business, to pay off your mortgage, to buy a new car, take your family on vacation, to give to a charity, or save for retirement. It's your decision. Imagine all lawsuits become frivolous and go away. Think of how much time, money, effort, anxiety will go away with that. Imagine nobody knows what you own, where you own it, how much you own, what you do with it, and when you sell it. Welcome to Save U.S. Taxes Legally with the Spendthrift Trust. My name is Sally Gimmon, and I'm the owner of www.thetrustisyou.com in a free class on the Great Discovery. Just go out to my name, www.sallygimmonsquishedtogether.com, where you'll get a 23-minute presentation like this one, 3 articles from Forbes magazine I did not write, 2 pages of case law so you can research the trust, and then an example of someone filing single. There's 4 ways to file your taxes. Single, most expensive way, head of household, married jointly, the cheapest way, and married separately. Someone filing single, making $80,000 gross, how much they'll save in all 50 states. 7 states don't have state income taxes, and then examples of certain clients. I believe that every U.S. investor, U.S. business owner, entrepreneur, franchisee owner, and 1099 income earner needs to know this information. A 1099 income earner could be a real estate broker or agent, could be an insurance agent, could be an affiliate marketer, it could be a coach, anyone who's making money on their own. I cannot help W-2 income earners. This information is not taught in schools. I believe since I found a solution for my personal capital gains, it's my duty to teach this to as many other people as possible. And I believe that the playing field must be leveled for all businesses. The Amazons of the world get free land on Staten Island. My brother's brewery lost their lease because the rents went too high. Now, the Spendthrift Trust is going to save you in 4 very specific ways. Please write these down. Number 1, you're going to save taxes. You're not tax-free. You're going to save very specific taxes year after year, generation after generation. Number 2, you're going to keep your information completely private. Unfortunately, there's a false rumor out there that an LLC, S Corp, or C Corp does that. I'm a real estate investor. I was told for every one of my properties to get an LLC. I was not told that 40% of LLCs, S Corps, and C Corps get sued every year. Do you realize anyone can go out to the Secretary of State or the Corporation Commission and research LLCs, S Corps, and C Corps, and they know your name, address, and phone number? Number 3, talking about lawsuits. All your assets are in the trust. It's a titanium vault, and nobody can get a hold of your assets. Everything that goes in stays there. So save taxes, keep your information private, all lawsuits become frivolous. And number 4, let me share my screen. You have until December 31st to do the Corporate Transparency Act for the Treasury Department. If you do not do this paperwork, you could be fined $10,000 and or 2 years in jail. If you have the Spendthrift Trust, you're exempt from doing the paperwork. One of my clients, a real estate investor, had 44 LLCs. I just saved him a headache of doing that paperwork 44 times for each one of his LLCs. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, how come my CPA hasn't told me about this? My financial planner has not told me about this. That's a great question. This is trusts are done by trust attorneys. There are 1 million attorneys in the United States active right now. Only 4% are trust attorneys. This comes from England way back when King Henry VIII started the Church of England in 1534. He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England, and they went further back to the Magna Carta in the 13th century and said, oh, no, 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 King Henry VIII, you can't do this. It's contract law that came to the colonies while we were still part of England. Now, the law firm I work on behalf of was started by Paul Benson, a Harvard law professor. 76 years ago, he wrote 5 separate trusts to save specific taxes. The law firm is now run by his grandson and great-grandson. They have the copyright on this Benson Financial Trust. And it goes, in 76 years, not a single trust has ever been audited. And they're so confident, they're going to give you a certification saying if you get questioned by the IRS, they will defend you free of charge. In 76 years, it's happened once. One time, this senior IRS agent went down to the Houston area to go over a business trust, spent 5 hours doing that, signed off on it, and 4 weeks later, he sent an unsolicited letter to the law firm. If you would like a copy of that letter, please just let me know. Like I said, this is only trust attorneys know about this when they go through law school. A textbook that trust attorneys study in law school is Scott and Asher on Trusts, 5th edition. You can also find out more about the Spendthrift Trust in Black's Law Dictionary. This is written under Tax Code 643B. Please Google Tax Code 643B. I want you to do as much research as you can. When you Google Tax Code 643B, you will find an opinion letter from the IRS dated September 11th, 2018. It's an opinion letter. They don't like the trusts, but they can't change the tax code. Only Congress can. Right now, so many US presidents, senators, and congresspeople have this trust. It's not on the agenda. What is on the agenda is taxes going up. Now, to tell you a little bit about my story, since we're spending some time together, my watershed month was October of 2018. I was living in Phoenix, Arizona, and I was a Medicare broker. October 28th, 2018, my oldest nephew was getting married in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you know anything about Medicare, open enrollment is from October 7th to December 5th, and anyone can change their products. I've been working for the company for more than a year, had not taken the vacation, and I requested the Friday before the wedding and the Monday after the wedding off because I had friends and family coming in from all over the world. I was denied. Not happy. 2 weeks before the wedding, I'm driving to work at 7 o'clock in the morning on a major east-west road in Phoenix, Indian School Road. Everyone knows where it is. I'm the second car. It's my brand new car, 3-week-old car. I'm the second car on the green light. Some idiot runs the red light, T-bones me on my passenger side. Thank God I'm not injured. The idiot had no car insurance. Sally didn't have enough uninsured motorist coverage to cover the loan on the car. I was upside down on my loan and I needed a second car. All of a sudden, I go from being comfortable to eating ramen noodles twice a week, just like I did in college. I'm 53 years old. I didn't want to do this anymore. Third thing that happened. My mom and dad lived in Goodyear, Arizona, 25 miles west of Phoenix. They drove from Goodyear, Arizona to Charlotte for the wedding. They were supposed to be gone for 2 weeks. My dad calls me Thursday before the wedding, says my mom's in the emergency room. He's not sure what's wrong, but he'll let me know. I worked Friday before the wedding until 8 o'clock at night, drove myself to Sky Harbor Airport, took a red eye from Phoenix to Charlotte. Family met me, family tradition, you go out to IHOP for breakfast, and then my dad took me to the hospital to see my mom. I walked in on the priest giving my mom last rites. I wasn't ready for that. I knew she was sick, but the priest to give her last rites, my world was shaken. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I go to this fantastic wedding with friends and family from Singapore, Ireland, England, just an amazing wedding. Next day, my sister-in-law puts on a fantastic brunch for all the guests. My dad takes me to the hospital to see my mom. I catch a 3 o'clock flight from Charlotte back to Phoenix because I had to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. It ended up my mom got septic of the blood or blood poisoning. I got into her pacemaker, so they had to do open heart surgery, take out her pacemaker and put in a new one. She was on a ventilator for 13 months, in the hospital for 15 months. My dad stayed with my mom for 9 months in Charlotte until she got strong enough to come back to the Phoenix area. Every weekend, I was going out to their house to do the mail because they had only been planning to be gone for 2 months. First weekend of December, there was a letter that was about 27 pages thick. It was my mom's Medicare statement. When I opened it up, it said an emergency room and 1 month on a ventilator was $72,000. No worries. My dad was retired military. They had TRICARE for life, but I'm standing in their kitchen and my life's a mess. I have 2 car payments. I have a mortgage. I have student loans because I went to graduate school. I have a $10,000 deductible on my car insurance, my health insurance. Thank God I was not injured in that car accident in October. You know, if they called the ambulance, I'd have to pay for that out of pocket. I have credit card debt. I hate my job. Right there in my parents' kitchen, I call my friend Glenn, who had invited me to a real estate meeting in August of 2018. I said to him, "Hey Glenn, don't talk. I can't do anything until the new year. Let's put this on hold." Glenn answers the phone and he's like, "Sally, next Saturday we're having a Christmas potluck dinner. Bring $5 gift and some food and meet my fellow real estate investors." Going to a party where you don't know anyone? Yikes! Best decision of my life. In 2019, with my mentor, Jay Tenenbaum, I wholesaled 7 properties nationwide and paid off $184,000 in debt. Woohoo! I'm debt free. I'm a rock star in my real estate group, and I had it all together. I had $50,000 sitting in my bank account for capital gains. I thought I knew what I was doing. Now, let me share my screen again because I want to show this to be, oops, it's not going down. There are 7 different tax brackets in the United States. The more money you make, the more money you pay. On April 4th of 2020, I get a phone call from my CPA to say, "Congratulations, Sally. You made so much money. You went from 22% tax bracket, I was single, to 24% tax bracket." I all of a sudden owed the federal government $97,000 in short-term capital gains, and I had only $50,000. Remember, April 2020, the start of COVID. 3 of my properties did not pay me April 1st, and I ended up foreclosing on them after COVID restrictions were lifted. Now, this next page, I just want to show this to you. This is currently, I just did this 2 weeks ago. I know President-elect Trump says he's going to roll back the tax increases, but I want you to know that this is currently what's going to happen. If you're making at least $100,000, if you're making $100,000 gross, this is how much it's going up per tax code: single, head of household, married jointly, or married separately. Unfortunately, married separately is getting hit the hardest. Their taxes are going up by $1,691 in 2025 if the taxes are not rolled back. I don't know when he plans to do it. This is out on NerdWallet, a website I go to quite a bit. So I started both my business and beneficial spendthrift trust September of 2020. This is my first property. I had bought it in July with my LLC. So I had to do 2 bill of sales. 1 bill of sale from my LLC to me, Sally Gimmon. 2nd bill of sale from Sally Gimmon to my trust. I Googled it. I didn't know how to do a bill of sale. I went to the bank. I had to get them notarized. I had $10 in my wallet. I handed it to the banker. He made a note in his notary book. He handed it back to me. This is in Phoenix. I go home. I scan the 2 documents and send them to the attorney in Raleigh, North Carolina. Next day, the attorney in North Carolina, Raleigh, says, "Hey, I need the first page of your trust." I send it to him. And when the COVID restrictions were lifted, it was supposed to go to auction for $50,000. I knew at 24% tax bracket that $30,000 spread would be $7,110. When it did go to auction on August 28th of 2021, it went up to $64,326. Woohoo, Sally! Without lifting a hammer, I made $44,326 on my first property in the trust. More importantly, at 24%, I saved $10,368.24 on that one property, invested into more properties. I'm not trying to crow, but since owning this trust, I've wholesaled 28 properties. I have 12 functioning notes. I have 3 rentals, and I have 3 seller financing houses. And I'm paying no taxes on any of those properties. Now, this is just an example that the 5 taxes that the beneficial trust will save you are going to be short-term and long-term capital gains, interest income, dividend income taxes, rental income taxes, and royalty income taxes. So if you make $50,000 gross, and this is only showing short-term capital gains, so if you are selling crypto, if you're a forex investor, if you're wholesaling, fix and flipping, auction houses, or tax lien, you make $50,000. Depending on what your tax bracket is, you're going to pay this amount on that $50,000. At 24%, I only made $44,000, so I didn't have to pay $12,000. I got to save $10,368. Royalties are not on here. There's tax a little bit less, between 10% to 35%, but they would have the same amount if you're in the NFT world. If you have copyrights, patents, intellectual property, you're an actor or an actress. Interest income taxes. So let me go back to capital gains. Capital gains are going to be a year or less. Short-term capital gains are, like I said, for crypto investors, forex investors, wholesalers, fix and flippers, auction houses, and tax liens. Long-term capital gains are a year or more and are for people who are selling a business, selling an investment property, selling a baseball card. That's either 15 or 20%. Interest income taxes are for passive investors, people in mutual funds, in a Riich. If you're doing subject to real estate, if you're doing the BRRRR strategy, my 12 notes are interest income taxes. Seller financing or creative financing are going to be interest income taxes. Dividend income taxes, if you're a stock market investor, if you're a day trader, an options trader, if you're doing futures trading, commodities, or you're living on dividends, you can save those taxes. Rental income taxes are if you have short-term rental like Airbnb, vacation rentals, 5 doors, 10 doors, 20 doors, 30 doors, multifamily, apartment buildings, commercial property, or maybe you're doing Airbnb arbitrage or rental arbitrage. And then royalties, like I said, NFT world, actor, actress, author, artist, patents, or intellectual property. That's the beneficial trust. The 5 taxes the beneficial trust saves. In 2023, I personally saved capital gains, short-term capital gains, rental income taxes, and interest income taxes. Yes, you can move a property that is on depreciation or on cost averaging into the trust. After that, any property you have, you don't have to worry about that anymore because you're saving all that rental income taxes. Now we're moving on to the business trust. The line in the sand is if you're making an investment, you're going to be the beneficial trust. If you're working, federal and state income taxes is the business trust. A mechanic in New Jersey, he and his wife started the shop. They have 3 grown children who want nothing to do with it. So in September, he went to the local high school, hired 2 kids who want to learn how to be auto mechanics. He's paying them $15 an hour out of the $3,039 he's saving. The salon owner in Los Angeles, she has 2 salons and a beauty school, making over $1 million a year. She's saving $33,467 per month. That's more than some people make in a year. The Shopify owner is in Los Angeles also. She sells earrings. She too went from 22% to 24%. Her shop is growing month after month after month. If she keeps this shop going for the next 10 years and closes it out when she's 34 years old, she will have saved $173,000 or more, and she'll never have to pay that back. A home inspection company in Ohio with 7 inspectors. A real estate broker in Illinois, and I made a presentation to his top 7 real agents, and he got I have a JV agreement. He got paid for that. A dentist in California, an HVAC owner in Atlanta. This was actually brought to me by a business broker. The husband and wife who sold the HVAC company saved capital gains. The gentleman who bought the HVAC company is now saving $20,052 per month. Oops, next one. Oops, I went too far. The real estate agent. This is one house, August of 2023. She saved $5,022 in federal and state income taxes, and she just told me she sold 7 more houses since then. She's paid for the trust and loves it. A business coach in Indiana, saving $4,893 per month. A chiropractor in upstate New York. A franchisee sub-owner in Ohio. With his $40,122, he now has 3 sub-locations. An Amazon store owner in Oregon is saving $4,701 per month. A commercial lighting salesman in Chicago. When he contacted me, he was only working 3 days a week because he was making enough money and didn't want to pay any more in taxes. Now that he doesn't have to worry about taxes, he's working 5 days a week, so these numbers are low for him. And finally, a paid speaker in Indiana, saving over $3,510 per month, not working longer, not working harder. Now, like I keep talking about long-term capital gains. When you sell a business, you're going to either pay 15% or 20%. This is a true story. The son saw my TikTok video, contacted me. His dad and 2 uncles built the restaurant in 1986. They were going to sell it as is with everything in it, the cutlery, the food, the recipes, everything else, for $3 million. 15%, they would have to pay $450,000. They were selling it March 30th, 2023. So they would have to pay at 15%, $450,000, April 15th, 2024, or at 20%, $600,000 on April 15th, 2024. They were working with a business broker. His name's Sam. I reached out to Sam saying, hey, this is what we need to do. Sam's like, I get paid 1099 income. How much can you save me? We could save him quite a bit. He started the business trust. I told him about my affiliate program. He told Michael, who bought this restaurant, it was going to be his 7th restaurant, how he could save federal and state income taxes. And Michael started his own business trust. Sam got paid as an affiliate on that one. This is one of my favorite stories. This is March of 2023. I took my friend Ingrid door knocking here in the Charlotte area. Cold, blustery day in March. We showed up at our favorite New York style pizzeria about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Very, very quiet. We got the best white pizza possible. We sat there, we chit-chatted for about 2 hours. As we got up to leave, Mario, the owner, asked for my business card. A week later, I met Mario and his wife, Marianne. They were doing their 2022 taxes. They knew with their 2 locations, they were making about $15,000 gross put together, or $180,000 per year. They filed jointly and are at 22% tax rate. And when we take 90%, most of my clients are saving between 90% to 95% on their federal income taxes. They're going to save $27,193 per year, plus North Carolina state income taxes of $7,710. Altogether for a full year would be $34,903. They took that $34,903 and opened up a 3rd location. And in 2025, they're going to open up a 4th location. When they retire in 2036, they're leaving 2 pizzerias to 1 grown adult child and 2 pizzerias to a 2nd grown adult child. There'll be no inheritance tax, and then the adult children will continue to save federal and state income taxes. Now, I donate $100 in my mom's name for every trust that's sold. My mom grew up food insecure in Ireland. My grandfather died December 1939. I can palm a basketball. My mom's fingers were an inch longer than mine. St. Mary's Food Bank is the oldest food bank in the entire nation. When I was a little kid, she used to walk in Arizona temperatures to St. Mary's Food Bank. She was appalled that kids went to bed food insecure. If you would like to have a meeting with me, My calendar link is www.thetrustisyou.com scheduling. My free class on the Great Discovery is my first name and my last name squished together. There you're going to get 3 articles from Forbes magazine. You're going to get 2 pages of case law, and then a chart showing someone making $80,000 a year. I'm going to stop the recording now and then open it up for questions. Thank you for coming to find out about how to save taxes.